is the story of Holiday Wilde. Tonight's adventure, Mr. Fortune and the Court of Shanghai. Central China. Here, ships from every maritime nation in the world drop their cargo into the vacuum of Chinese imports. Her streets are cluttered by rickshaws, pushcarts, limousines, trucks. Swarming with syndicated beggars, rice-powdered sing-song girls, British taipans, French bankers, missionaries, and eager blobs. But there is Holiday Wilde, who looks too young and too American, too carefully clothed and coiffured to be jostling through the crowds on Nanking Road. She turns onto King George Road, paralleling Suzhou Creek, and stops in front of a dingy address. She looks again at a crumpled piece of paper she's been carrying in her hand, then back at the sign over the door.
Suzhou Importing Company. I crossed my fingers and hoped the answer to my secret was among the others hidden behind its dirty windows. It was the kind of cluttered Chinese curio shop I'd read about. Dim and smelling of sandalwood. A thin, smooth little man who didn't look right in occidental clothes and green eye shades was waiting for me behind the counter.
Yes?
I'm looking for Mr. Lucian Courtney. Have I come to the right place?
That I'm not sure. What's your name?
Holiday Wilde.
You come along, miss.
He shuffled toward the back of the shop. I followed him. We went through a door, and I got my first surprise. We were in a very modernistic apartment.
You wait. I'll tell Mr. Court you come.
I don't know why, but the name Lucian Courtney had prepared me for a little round man in his 40s and pretty bald. But the man who approached me was nothing like that. Ooh, nothing at all.
Well, hello.
Hello.
This is quite a surprise.
I don't want to take any of your time, Mr. Courtney.
Man can always find enough time, Miss Wilde. Never enough attractive women. On over to the bar. That'll be all, CJ.
Yes, Mr. Court.
Mr. Courtney, I was told you might be able to help me.
That would be nice. I hope I can. It isn't often something like you walks right into my parlor.
Mr. Courtney, this is very important. I came to China to find my father, William Wilde. Do you know him?
Let me see. William Wilde?
He came out to the Orient when I was just a little girl. Then during the war, I got word he'd been killed. But last year, I received what I hope is proof that he wasn't killed. His name appeared in a news item from Shanghai. I kept writing letters, but no answer.
Oh?
So I decided to take my savings and come look for him myself.
You know, you're very beautiful when you get all worked up. Here, slip into something cool.
I was told in Manila that he'd been here and been with you, Mr. Courtney.
Call me Court.
Do you know where he is?
Me? Oh, he must have been seen with someone who looks like me. Yeah, I'm often mistaken for a man here named Ralph. Ralph Denny. Was your father mixed up in anything illicit?
Of course not.
That's too bad. In Shanghai, that'll make it much more difficult to find. Oh, hey. Don't let that pretty little chin drop. And those lips. You know, baby, they'd look much better in a pucker than a pout. I can still help you. I've got influence with some of Ralph Denny's friends. They're a bit unsavory and a bit unsafe, but they manage to know things. We'll go talk to them.
Oh, that's wonderful. Can we go right now?
That brood of bats never comes out until after dark. So we've got time for another drink and some dinner. Why don't you just relax? Aren't you comfortable here?
That's just it. I'm afraid I could be too comfortable.
Oh. By the way, how old are you?
How old do you think?
Oh, 19 or 20? How old am I?
Oh, very old. 30, 35?
Thanks. Well, here's to youth and old age. You know, Miss Wilde, being out here alone in the Orient, you'll have to take a lot of chances.
I've taken chances.
You may have to take a lot more.
I'll take a lot more. It was some time later, after dinner, that the music started. It threw me over to a door that opened onto some back steps leading down to the water. The moon had come up. Sochow Creek was jammed with Chinese boats of all sizes and descriptions, tied to the banks and to one another. Lanterns flickered in some of them, and others were dark.
I suppose they're just as amazed at the way we live.
Those boats are their homes, aren't they?
More than that, some of them. Their whole lives. They're born on them, make love on them, die on them. Leave them to their children so they can do the same.
And the music?
Every night. Some people don't like it. I'm afraid I do.
I'm afraid I do, too.
Holly.
Huh? What's that?
That? No. Every night during the full moon, the great gong in the temple of the goddess of love, Palpine, sounded to call young lovers together. From all corners of Shanghai.
Oh, how wonderful.
So are you. Everything about you. Oh, Holly.
Court, it's all arranged for the shipment tomorrow night. Oh, I beg your pardon. I did not mean to interrupt.
Have you forgotten how to knock on doors, Irina?
You never bother to knock on mine, darling. Well, who have we here?
You have a guest. Wilde, this is Irina Kusova, my secretary.
Yes, his secretary. We were just listening to the music from the water. Yes, I know every note of that music. But to find someone like you here, so young, so innocently dressed. Oh, but what is this? This pen? It does not seem in character with such innocence. My father gave it to me a long time ago. Of course. How protective of him. He gave you a saber-shaped pin to defend yourself. Or is it to cut out men's hearts?
Skip it, Irina. Miss Wilde and I have business. We're just leaving. Suppose you stay here and tidy up the place.
Me? I am no servant. Why, you can't talk to me like that. Sabaka.
Holly, quick. Let's get out of here before that vase starts flying. Come on. Oh, expensive vase.
What about her?
Expensive woman.
Mr. Courtney, your little curio shop is full of surprises.
Yeah. One of the most curious corners in Shanghai. But, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Come on, let's go looking for your daddy. Well, Holly, we tried every other dive in town. Might as well try this one. Oops, careful.
What is this place?
They call these the 13 steps down to heaven.
Dark.
This is one of those places in Shanghai where the clouds gather underground.
Who are we looking for here?
A large and untidy gentleman known as Wong Fortunio. Better known as Mr. Fortune.
Yes?
The court of Shanghai desires an audience with Mr. Fortune.
You wait.
Court, do you think he's a friend of my father's?
I'd hardly call Mr. Fortune a friend of anyone.
Good evening, Mr. Court.
Hello, Fortune. Come on in, Holly. It's all right.
Welcome, my flower. May you enjoy a pleasant dream.
Thank you.
This way, please.
We're not here for any pleasant dreams tonight, Fortune. I'm trying to help this young lady.
Of course. They brought you to the right place. They do not call me Mr. Fortune for nothing.
Fortune, ever heard of William Wilde?
Why do you wish to know?
I've got my reasons.
He's my father. I've got to find him.
Father, my little rosebud. Interesting.
Do you know where he is?
No. But, Mr. Court, I propose you have a word with Fan Tin. She knows the men who pass through Shanghai, perhaps, better than anyone. You will find her, of course, in the forbidden room.
Think she could tell me anything?
Of course. If she's not too deep in her pleasant dream.
Court.
No, Holly. You better wait here.
And now, Passion Flower, you will come with me.
The room we'd been in was bad enough, but the hallway was worse. Filled with darker shadows and still darker, sweet, sickish smells. I had a feeling that girls who walked this passage would never completely return. Oh, but other girls didn't have Aleutian Courtney nearby. I knew I could call him in case of real trouble. And the real trouble began as soon as we were in Mr. Fortune's private room.
Now, my flower, allow me to help you with your coat.
We'll dispense with the informalities, if you don't mind.
Come, let us not pretend, my blossom. I will take your coat.
Stop it.
No, just one little kiss.
Court!
Hear you. No better than to interrupt. I know too much about his business affairs. Much I could tell the authorities. You are not the first little flower he has brought into my garden of peace. But you are the most appealing, the most exciting.
You dirty, filthy asshole!
Well, I cannot resist you.
It was a nightmare. It didn't seem real that it was me that was locked in that evil little room with that horrible big man.
Here, you cannot get away from me.
For a moment I did get away from him, for part of my jacket. I was sick inside and scared and mad all the same time. When I saw him coming at me again, so I fought with everything I had. My nails! My feet! And even my feet! He recoiled. I glanced around quickly for help. The help-piercing hand was suddenly in my hand, a fat, bronze screwdriver.
All right, my wildflower. I have had enough of your tricks. Here.
I warn you, get away. Get away! Get away!
Holly.
Oh, God, thank God you're here.
What have you done?
What have I done? Animally done.
Well, whatever he tried to do, it looks like he gave him a whip. See that face? The mess. Where's your coat?
It's all.
Get it. Get out of here.
But my jacket is torn. He still has parts.
I'll bring it. Get going. Wait for me outside. Holly.
Court, over here.
Come on. Here's the rest of your jacket.
Thanks.
Get in.
Court, my pin.
Your what?
My saber pin. It isn't on the jacket.
No, we can't go back for it now. I'll buy you another. You put up quite a fight for a featherweight, don't you?
Why did you leave me alone with him?
I had to. It was better that way. Thought I could learn more from Francine.
What did you find out?
She was too far gone. Sorry.
Court, why did you take me there? You seem much more concerned with what happened to that horrible man than what happened to me.
Holly, believe me, I had no idea Fortune was going to make a play for you.
I don't know what to believe about you. I don't know what your business is. I don't know why you take girls to Mr. Fortune. I don't know what you're trying to do with me.
Maybe calm down. You wanted me to find your father? I'll find him for you.
I don't think you will. I don't think you can. All I want you to do is drive me to my hotel and leave me there. When I got to my room, I locked the door, slipped out of my clothes, and fell into bed. And I fought my way to sleep. Try to escape the Shanghai nightmare of reality. I didn't escape it for long. It seemed I just dozed off when I heard the door. But the midday sun was streaming in. Just a minute. I slipped into my robe and unlocked the door. There she is, Inspector. There is your precious Miss Wilde. Perhaps you can tame her.
Are you Holiday Wilde?
Yes?
My credentials. Sit down, Miss Wilde. I want to talk.
You ask her, Inspector. You see she's the woman you want.
Yes, thank you, Mrs.
And but be
Thelma.
careful, Inspector. She has a very persuasive manner with men.
Miss Wilde,
Yes?
have you ever seen this?
Well, yes. It's my pin, my saber pin.
And now, of course, you will ask him with great surprise where he found it. As if you did not know.
I don't. I don't know. I lost it.
Well, Miss Wilde, I've found it. Protruding from the throat of a gentleman you visited shortly after midnight. The unfortunate Mr. Fortune. I'm sorry, Miss Wilde, but I must place you under arrest for murder.
You are listening to Mr. Fortune and the Court of Shanghai, with Gerald Moore as Court and starring Gloria Blondell as Holiday Wilde.
The inspector didn't waste any time. In 20 minutes, I was being led to a cell in Shanghai City Jail, thanks to my saber pin, which had killed Mr. Fortune. And thanks to Irene, who had evidently followed Court and me and either recognized my pin or used it, or both. And thanks to my tough luck in meeting Lucian Courtney. But now I didn't think much of my chances of finding my father with me in a jail cell.
There you are, Miss Wilde. And if there's anything you want, don't bother to ring.
Don't let the old goat scare you, honey. The girl who spoke certainly looked more at home in that cell than I felt. But she was company. Her voice was sort of musical, after the manner of a honky-tonk piano.
There I was, minding my own business. I couldn't even lift a finger if I wanted to. Couldn't even see. And they're holding me as a material witness. Well, I couldn't even witness the material in the suit the guy was wearing. Well, I won't be in here much longer. Too bad I get bailed out today by a real gentleman, too. What a doll he is. Big ammunition operator. Lucky he was there last night when it happened. Here, have a cigarette. I had to give the guard my earrings to get them for me. Hope they pinch his ears. Here, thanks. They're English, but they're better than nothing. What are you in for, huh? Did you get a parking ticket?
Afraid not. They think I killed a man.
Oh, you too, huh? Well, I should have about 4 years ago when that fat hunk of slime trotted me down them 13 steps I fell. But last night somebody did the job for me.
Who are you?
I don't know why I shouldn't tell you. The name's Francine.
You?
Yeah, back in Wilkesboro, I was Fanny Sinclair, but when Fanny went out of style as her first name and I come over to Shanghai, I went native. Around here, that's pretty easy to do.
Francine.
Yeah?
Francine, have you ever heard of William Wilde?
Well, Bill Wilde. Hey, why does suddenly everybody want to know, do I know Bill Wilde?
Do you?
Like I was telling Court last night, he's the gentleman that's going to spring me
Wait.
out. Huh?
Did you say Court?
Oh, he's a doll. Like I was saying to him last night.
Where's my father?
Your father?
Yes, Wild Bill, where is he? Please.
Come on, little birdie. How did you kill this case?
See what I mean, hon? I'm sprung.
Not you. You. Come on, out with you.
Please, just a minute. I've got to talk to this girl.
If you want to talk to her, you can come back later. She ain't gonna fly away.
Please, Francine.
Son, if you really want to find your old man, first go find my friend Lucian Courtney.
Okay, Courtney. Here she is.
Court.
Hello, Angel. Took a little doing, but you're free. Come on, let's get out of here.
But, Court,
I've got influence. Happens the chief jail owed me a few favors. That plus a few dollars American can buy almost anything in this part of the world.
Court,
Yeah?
I was in the same cell with your friend Francine.
Oh? Angel, I don't know what she told you, but don't believe her.
Then you did talk to her last night. Where is my father?
Look, we'll find him. Now you're released in my custody for just a couple of hours. You're really in trouble.
But you know
I know you didn't kill him. But they've got the murder weapon. That's all the evidence they need.
But this is impossible.
No, Angel. This is Shanghai, and I'm getting you out of it. Come on, let's go to the shop. Here's my car. See, Chen, you better leave now. Go to the warehouse. I'll meet you there.
Okay, Mr. Court.
And lock up the shop after you.
Yes, sir.
Ah. We might as well go back in the apartment and be comfortable, huh? Ah, here we are. Sit down. That couch would feel softer than your jail cot.
What am I going to do, Court?
Leave it to me, Angel.
I did it to you before, and look what happened.
I know, baby. I want to make it right by you.
But how can you help me now?
All right, look. I've got a shipment of arms going north by truck tonight. I should be going with it, but I'll send Irina. Then I'll get you out of town. I hear that Ralph Denny is in Putong up the river. We'll go find him and see what he knows about your father. We'll take my boat and go up tonight. You'll be safe, Angel. Okay, Hollis?
Oh, Cord, I don't know. They're playing that music again.
You will let me help you, won't you?
You mean let you take me away with you tonight?
I'll get you out of Shanghai. You'll be safe on the boat. Well?
We don't have much time, do we?
Now, this is how we'll do it. You go back to your hotel and pack, and then catch a rickshaw down here.
But what about the police? Am I free to go about like that?
You'll be followed. They'll follow you to the front door of the shop. They'll wait for you out there. They'll have a nice long wait, because you're going out this back door right here. At exactly 10, Chi-Chen will bring my boat to the steps.
Where will you be?
And you and Chi-Chen will pick me up at a wharf just north of the city. Okay?
Okay. Oh, Cord. Here I am trusting you again.
Holly, baby. You better go. We haven't much time. But we will, Angel. We will.
Now I was an escaped prisoner, again thanks to Lucian Courtney. But I had nowhere else to turn, so I followed Court's instructions. They were simple enough. But what I didn't know was that Chi-Chen had not left the shop when we'd come in. He'd stayed to overhear our conversations. And while I was busy at the hotel packing, some other plans were being made by Irina. She joined Chi-Chen in one of those little houseboats tied up in the canal behind Court's place.
Then they left together?
Yes, Missy.
Where did they go?
He drive her to hotel. Then he is going to warehouse to load guns in trucks.
So he planned to load me into the truck, too, while he takes that little American pigeon. After all these years, he throws me away like a cur dog. I'll do something about that. Here, I pay you for coming to tell me.
Oh. Oh, well, I'm surprised. You pay more than our bargain.
Yes, and there is more. This time I pay you so you don't talk. Chi-Chen.
Yes?
You go do everything like they say. You get the boat, you go to the back door of the shop. Only I be on the boat, too. With this.
Oh, you have Mr. Court's gun.
What better gun to kill his fine, tender American pigeon? When she comes out that door, she does not come farther. But you and I, we go pick up Court and tell him the police find her and send her back to America with the information about Court and the guns. And who would even notice one more body floating here in Sucha Creek?
It was almost 10 when I turned off the Nanjing Road and approached the Su Chow Importing Company for the last time. The moon was hidden by low, fast-moving clouds, and I could just make out the figure of two policemen who'd been following me. I felt my way through the darkened curio shop with its smell of sandalwood and herbs to the apartment in the rear.
Hello, Angel.
Cord, what are you doing here?
You are a gorgeous thing, Holly.
I thought you said you were going up. Has there been a change in your plans?
Yes, slightly. You aren't going with me.
Cord, what's the matter?
I've been sitting here thinking. Holly, I played a rotten trick on you.
What, Cord?
Listen, you had me on the hook from the first moment I saw you. So I went out of my way to keep you on mine.
Cord.
Let me finish. To tell you that nothing like you ever happened to me before, that's just using words. I want you to believe it.
I don't know what to believe. You were taking me to find out Mr. Denny.
You can believe this. There's no Ralph Denny. There never was. He was a name. He was bait. That's how I kept you with me. That and the affair fortune. Yeah, you smashed the fat boy's face all right, but I had to use your saber pin to finish him off.
Oh.
I've been waiting for the chance. This way it looked like you did it in self-defense. But don't worry. I told you I had influence. I've had the local law tipped off. It'll be simple for them to figure out that I did it, and let them try to catch me.
Then you don't have any lead on my father, do you?
Yes, Angel, I do. I had it before you arrived in Shanghai.
Of course.
And I've been told you'd show up for it, but nobody told me what you were or what would happen to me. Sure, I know your father, and frankly, I hate him. Let's just say we never got along and let it go at that. Here. Here's the name of a man in Hong Kong. He was with your father last week. You'll find him at the Empress Hotel.
Cora.
Oh, Chi-Chen's right on time. That's my boat. You'd be surprised to see me come aboard instead of you. Kind of surprised myself.
I wish it had been different. I wish there had been a Ralph Denny for us to go to see.
Drop it. You're going out the front door, I'm going out the back.
That gong. It's the goddess, you said. Calling the lovers.
Is that what I said? Sorry. The Riverfront Fire Watch calling the Shanghai Fire Department. Oh, Holly, I started out wanting you. I wound up wanting you. Nice going, good girl. So long, Angel.
By noon the next day, I checked out of the hotel and arranged passage for Hong Kong. It was a small steamer, and I was glad there were no formalities for the sailing. I stood alone on the boat deck and watched Shanghai fade into my past. I knew that Wright had won out, this time with the help of mistaken identity and some gunshots that were meant for me. Wright had won out as so was supposed to. But it was a pretty tough price to pay for a guy like Court and a girl like me.
Gloria Blondell is starred as Holiday Wilde, and tonight you heard Gerald Moore as Court. Bea Benaderet played Irina, and Jack Cushan was Mr. Fortune, with Ann Tobin as Sam Finn, and Ben Wright, the inspector. Music scored and conducted by Richard Oran. Holiday Wilde comes to you from Hollywood. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.